Welcome back, everyone, to Master of Command. We are continuing our Cantonist Levies playthrough. Alright, so I did do customization for our units and our commanding officers. Of course, I will be doing more as we include more officers into our army. And I will make some adjustments to the customization as we get more units and as our units are upgraded. Alright, I may have a few adjustments to make as well. We'll see. But, yes, most definitely. Gonna go ahead and go through the list a little bit here right quick. Excellent. The really hard one was the artillery, because it looks like they didn't actually start a numbering system for the Prussian artillery until after the 7 Years' War. But the names for artillery were limited. So I'll probably be doing more with that later. Karl Wilhelm von Dieskau was basically the Inspector General of artillery for Frederick the Great. And of course, Hans Joachim von Zieten is one of my favorite cavalry commanders, possibly of all time, definitely of the period. Alrighty. Now, that being said, we're here by an encampment army. We have an encampment army down by the headquarters. And we still have to complete our objective. More battlefields. And reinforcing outposts. So I think we'll have to come back to the encampment army. I'm not sure that we can take it right now. Let's go ahead and go up to this outpost, see what we got. Okay, well, we can't do that right now. Let's go to this battlefield. Wounded nobleman. Bonesaw, we'll pray for him. Alright. Got a new commander, that's excellent. Bloodthirsty, melee, cavalry charge, cavalier. Alright. Interesting. Awesome. Okay. Let's go for this other battlefield. Yeah, large escort. Convoy returns, that's excellent. Another encampment army. That's good. Send in the light cavalry. Got Freikorps Provincial. Okay. Very interesting. They don't even have swords at the moment. Something we need to remedy. Can add these boots to them to increase their speed a little bit. That should help some. Alright, slums. Ooh, a trap. Okay. Good thing we rescued the officer. We lost a ton of troops, though. That's not great. Let's head over here. Powder house. Grab the wooden stakes in case we need them. Alright. And the barracks. Interesting, interesting. We can get more recruits. Get Cantonist recruits. Yeah, let's hire some more recruits. Give them an actual weapon. Excellent. Got slums here to get. Let's see what they got. Old monastery. Okay, I think this is a new one. So our column has come upon an old monastery set back from the road. Small brotherhood remains there, keeping to their prayers and tending what little they have. Their gardens are sparse, and the well in the yard has gone to ruin in these hard times. The prior received us civilly, though they have little to spare. The monks offered holy items they might part with in exchange for a small donation. One among them seems suited to life in the field and may be persuaded to accompany the army as a chaplain. It is a quiet place and a rare one in these times, so we don't have forced conscription or sanitary conditions, which would give us religious items and excellent chaplain, plus 90 provisions. So let's see, take provisions, give them $100 for 90 provisions, 2 religious items, and one excellent chaplain. Interesting. I think we'll do the religious items. Awesome. That's good. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Very interesting. So do that. Alright. Give that to the cavalry for now. Give them a little bit more survivability. Check out this encampment here. Hire him. Yeah, we'll hire him. Awesome. That will go well with the artillery. Very, very good. Excellent. Alright, enemy army here. We're going to intercept them. They don't want battle. We do want battle. How unfortunate for you, fellows. Musketeers, recruits, and cavalry. Alright. Nothing too crazy. Definitely a benefit to us, however. Let's see, terrain. This is a pretty good spot right here, to be honest. Not a bad spot at all. Artillery can sit up on the hill. Excellent. 100% elevation. Cavalry on the flank. Put the general by the artillery for now. Alright. Got the recruits. Gonna put them in the woods. Excellent. Alright. Might help if I unlimbered the artillery. That might do a few things for us. Excellent. Alright. Yes, that would be good to put them beside them here. Keep Fusiliers on the flanks. Keep them in reserve. And I need these guys here to cover the artillery. Alright, looks good. Looks very, very good. Should be a good, quick battle for us. Silly Saxon recruits. Excellent. Cuirassiers are fast enough. They made it past them there. So there's that. Excellent. Nearly in firing range. Trying to see which of these provincial cav they're going to be following. Alright, very good. Excellent. Provincial cav are going to take those recruits out. That's very, very good. Excellent. Fire on the cavalry. Thank you, artillery. Just keep letting those provincials slaughter their troops so they level up. Need them to get some promotions going. .83 charge, 37 melee. Ooh, their charge is really strong. Wow. Give them buckshot rounds. Excellent. Took some damage to the cuirassiers, but we're winning out there. That's good news. Probably not going to catch up to them. They're fast. They have a really good amount of speed. Let's see, how many kills are y'all getting? Very good. Excellent. Just let these recruits kill as many as they can. Hoping they'll go off map and not return. Alright, cool, they did. Excellent. Excuse me. Alright. Very good. The musketeers are just about to break. They are about spent. There they go. Alright. Gonna send the provincials over to intercept them. Not you guys. You guys are coming down here. These recruits are about to break. Alright, I really want you to hold your fire at the moment. Hold fire. Hold fire. We're going to use this as an opportunity to get some promotions. Most definitely. Want to give the cavalry an opportunity to take them out. Excellent. Very, very good. And yeah, I know they're firing at us, but we're going to take minimal casualties here in the woods. Gives the Cantonist recruits a moment to muster up their stamina and everything again. Excellent. It won't take much to break those recruits anyway. Their morale is dwindling anyway. They're nearly done. Alright, boys. Head in. Take them out. And there we go. That's all it took. Excellent. That was absolutely brilliant. Very good battle for us. Alright. Definitely want tollers and ammo. We need the coin at the moment. Fairly desperately as well, I might add. Lots of very good promotions. Pleased to see it. Von Zieten. What do we got for you, my friend? Melee damage received goes down, but move speed goes down. Officer command radius goes up, or combat effectiveness. Definitely combat effectiveness, because that affects charge, melee, reload, and accuracy. Excellent. Alright. 3, 3, 4. We're gonna make them into grenadiers, though. They need 6. Alright. Excellent. Okay. Looks good. Let's check out Rothenburg. Noble estate. That ain't bad, though. Reload speed. Bonuses from elevation and cover effectiveness. That ain't bad at all. Provided we don't want to buy anything else with the coin, because that would eat our coin up quick. Oh, yes. Town square. Barracks. I suppose we can recruit. We'll do that. Have them in reserve. 1,200 for the next brigade, however. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's hit this fort. Most definitely. Alright. Small fort. Entrench. Lay siege. Mass bombardment. Ooh, the walls hold. That's not great. Let's do it again. Ooh. Alright. Come on, guys. Mass bombardment. We are running out of ammo. Do it again. Yikes. We're almost out of ammo to do this with. We're going to do it one more time. Come on. Mass bombardment. And they hold. Man. Alright. Sappers. Ooh. After going through our ammo and our gold. Finally breached the walls. Okay. Into the breach. Suffer 10% attrition. Moderate chance. Or 7 days. Yeah, into the breach. Ooh. They sortied. Do it again. Sortied again. Man. Yikes. We finally got it, but all our reservists are done, and our units are hurt. That was a tough siege. That was tough. Stamina 15%? That's not bad. We need the conscription effectiveness, though, at the moment. We are scraping the barrel now, as it were. Let's see our status of our units. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We better go back to Rothenburg and get some, get a few of these. Oh, except we don't have money to do it with. 10,000 men are chasing us. Okay, well, we have to fight these 10,000 men one way or another. So we may as well do it here. And then we'll get some money from them. And we can begin replenishing. That was probably the most costly siege I've ever had. That just drug on and on and on. I think it was worth it for the doctrine, but it was pretty rough. Alright, they are a balanced army. They have most of the advantage on this battlefield. It's not great. We could get those hills, which is what we're going to end up having to do. Most definitely. I'm thinking I want to pressure them hard. On the right flank. And we will protect our guns here on this hill. We'll have the cavalry on the right flank as well. Alright, I'm not sure if this plan will work. It's basically a very hard oblique. We'll have to see if it works, but we got to do something dastardly. Considering the fact that we're basically in trouble. Our units are at low strength. We have low ammo. We got to do something about this situation. Let's see how we can do this here. Set up the guns here. Keep them in reserve. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. How's our cavalry look? Can our guys beat them? Yeah, our cavalry can take theirs. Alright. That artillery is opening up on us. That's not great. It'll be alright. We're going in hard and fast, very aggressive like. Check and make sure our artillery's gotten where I want them. Excellent. Alright, unlimber. What's the melee on these musketeers? 31, 35? Yeah, we got them. Send in the provincials to back them up. And that unit is going to crumble. Excellent. What's their melee? 19 and 28. Send in the grenadiers. Excellent. Ooh, we're getting outflanked here a little bit. Let us pull them back somewhat. And we'll set them up here. Move the Cantonist recruits up. Alright, gotta watch for their cavalry. Be very mindful for that. Yep, they're definitely gonna come up the flank here. We gotta adjust position a little bit on these guys just to be sure we don't get them flanked. Alright. Excellent. Gonna keep the cavalry going. Good fire from the Fusiliers. Those Grenadiers are doing great work. Artillery is beginning to fire on us. Gonna charge their Dragoons while they're in the river. Excellent. Excellent. Very, very good. Nearly taken out the Dragoons. Even having reduced strength. We did take out their guns as well. That's awesome. Firing on the recruits. Wow, we have folded their right flank. This is exactly what I was hoping would happen. To a T, basically. I mean, literally. It's brilliant. Very pleased about that. Get the general down here just to be sure we shore up morale here. And we're just going to keep it going, give them this cold steel. They're already retreating. That's excellent. Did have some minor concern about this battle, how it would go. No need to be concerned. It's going brilliantly. Alright, we're going to prepare the bayonets again. This is it. Oh, we were being flanked, so I guess it's not it. Very nearly it. Receiving some fire. Don't want you to run yet. Alright, go in there. Take them out, boys. Excellent. Alright. That oblique movement on their left flank totally crushed them. That was excellent. Very pleased with how that went. That could have gone a little rough in our understrength army, but we handled it brilliantly. That looked like a battle that Prussia would have had. That was great. We kept all their units under 100 kills with the exception of the cavalry. Definitely need the money and ammo. We'll get the reservists in town. But we will be replenishing that as well. Excellent. Alright, let's see. We're doing good on ranks for our guys right now. They're very nearly to the Freikorps Grenadiers. That's awesome to see. Alright. Back into town. We've got to buy some reservists. There's no other option. That siege was very, very costly for us. Let me reduce some of the infantry and such real quick so I can make sure the cavalry are maxed. The cavalry need to be full. Alright, 900. I want them increased. Okay. Not too shabby. Alright, so what we got a situation of here, we still need one outpost at least, one battlefield. We want to hit this point here to trade, get money, and then we want all 3 encampment armies. So we have to sweep back down here. And we have to do all that in 30 days. Yikes. That doesn't give us much time. So we're moving on the double. We're going to just rush down here as quickly as we possibly can. Fresh battleground, 10 to the wounded. Equipment, we need the wounded. Yep. Golden Cavalry of St. George. Excellent news. Alright, rush down here. We're going to get some Thalers. There's an army there we're going to fight as well. That'd be great. Okay, let's see. Alright, nothing too amazing or crazy here, but... some grenades, but it's a large bag. I don't want to pay for a large bag. Ay. Okay, well, we gotta sell stuff here. This is our main opportunity to do so. Let's see, 40 remaining. Let's try to get as close to that as we possibly can. 28, at least 12. Do we have something, some garbage worth 12? It's worth 14. That's fine, it'll do. Staff College. Keep one of each of those. Let me do a little bit of organization here. We need to save one of these as well. Save 2 of these so that we have them. We need to keep the bayonets as well because we have mostly crappy bayonets. Alright. Let us continue selling things. Excellent. Alright, so we've done the staff college, the stable, we have more for them. Saving those items. Excellent. Up to 3,000. Take some junk items and some basic items, I should say, and sell them. Gonna do kind of like we did last time. I know it's partially risky, but I think we can do it. Gonna hold on to all the excellent items, that's for sure. But we really need the coin right now while we have this opportunity. It'll be alright. Losing some basic items is not gonna hurt the army too much. So, I really believe we'll be fine. I don't believe this will be too much of an issue for us. But we need to increase our strength in size and everything as well before we go after the encampment armies. Foundry's used up. Gunsmith is next. Alright, excellent. 4572, gonna get a new brigade. That is definitely good to see. Gonna Just that there. Recruits over here. Still want that artillery there, by the by. There we go. And for the Fusiliers here for now. That looks good. Alright. Very, very good. We are going to buy a little bit of food, just to be sure we can force march all over the place like we're planning to do. Barracks, we need more recruits. Excellent. Very, very important that we have those recruits. Alright, guys. Let's force march to this. Oh, crap. We forgot there's an enemy army here. It's alright. We only have 20 days. We got to get up there to the encampment armies. New commander. Let's check him out. Defensive and efficient. Wow, that's really good. Alright, cool. Okay. We basically need to beeline it over here to this guy. More recruits. Excellent. Increasing the size of the army. Man, we are running out of time up here. Winter is coming. General, winter is a month off and the first snowfall is expected. Your army will travel slower, visibility will be limited, and food consumption will increase. Store sufficient provisions and prepare for hardship. Waiting out the season is not an option. We must secure the region before we can go into winter quarters. Alright. That is infantry recruitable. That's good, pretty much. Don't have grenades. Infantry recruitable, though, is always a good thing. How many slots do we have? One more. We needed another outpost. Crap. We'll have to get this one as we swing by there. Man, I'm really hoping we can get the encampment armies, but I'm not sure that we can, to be honest with you. Alright. We are full up on troops. That's good news. Let's head on down here. We have to skip. Well, we can fight the army. It's on the way. 3 enemy cavalry. Let's do it. Excellent. This should be a good, quick battle. Should be very, very good. Set up our recruits here to support one another. Have plenty of recruits. Set up the cavalry nearby. Set up the artillery right where they're at. Set up the infantry behind. Alright. Excellent. Cantonist recruits should be ready. They're all braced. We have cavalry on the flank if things start to sour a little bit. Alright, and the general is here. Keep morale high. Things are looking good. Alright, they're offering some fire. It's not doing much just yet, but it'll be alright. All 3 of them are braced, and it looks like all 3 are going to engage the enemy there. Alright, they've all offered fire, so they're going into melee. That's excellent. Let the recruits get those kills. That's awesome. There we are. I'm going to send in some help just to be sure we don't take too many losses on the way there. Excellent. These veteran chevaliers are tough. This is pretty hilarious. So many infantry in one place. It's a really good thing there's no artillery right here. That would just... they would have a heyday with that. Alright. Quick, easy battle. Nothing too ridiculous. It was kind of comical there at the end, but that's alright. More reservists. That should help us out a lot. Awesome. Alright. Gonna swap you out. Zealous and calculating. Okay, alright. Let's see what other ability you get. Von Zieten. Alright. Yeah, I'm not hip on either of those. Let's re-roll that. Melee and charge? Yeah, that sounds good. Steady. That's really good. Alright. I may end up switching Von Zieten to this guy, since he's got cavalry, which would not benefit our grenadiers at all. But these abilities here would still benefit our grenadiers. So I may decide to do that. Let's see. They need the horses. They need speed. Who needs reload? The worst on the line. We'll give that to them. Make them more accurate. We'll give the artillery, the ammo. We'll save this for now. Alright. Looking good. Yikes, we better speed things along here. Oh yeah, we have to get this outpost real quick first. Yikes, we do not have much time left. Reservists, recruit infantry, or line infantry. Get some line infantry. We got the Bayreuth Dragoons and Prussian Musketeers. Excellent. Okay, well, unfortunately, we don't have enough room for all of these units. Let us see here. We definitely want the Prussian Musketeers here on the line. And we definitely want the Bayreuth Dragoons. Because we'll need them for these battles. These battles will be tough. Alright, we'll have 2 recruits in reserve. So we get a little bit extra strength here. I think that should work out quite nicely. Alright. Let's head on here just because it's on the way. Doing any last minute purchases, it'll need to be done here. Alright. Don't need more recruits right this moment. Alright, we've already been there. Let's go ahead. We'll hit this on the way. Alright, so we got another commander. How good is he? Brave and prepared. Alright, that's not bad at all either. Looks good. Alright, boys. Let's go up and get this real quick. That's going to be pretty close. Yikes. Alright. Saxon Field Artilleries. Saxon Tartar Cavalry. Recruits. They got land millets. The Kurbayern Musketeers. Bavarian Veterans and Bavarian Musketeers. And then more artillery. Alright, so they're artillery heavy, but they only have 1 unit of cavalry. We should be able to take care of their artillery and cavalry fairly easily. We'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, we're close enough to the enemy headquarters. I don't think we're going to get away again to reach the other encampment army, but we can try. They're aggressive, so we can take up defensive positions basically where we please. Alright, let's get these guys in reserve for just a moment so I can figure out where we want to put everything at. The artillery we definitely want here. Gonna move them up a bit, but we want them there. Alright, and then we do have these recruits ready to move up and protect the line. We are going to keep our line units in reserve. They're the strongest thing we got, and I want to commit them at the right time. So we're going to wait on that. But let's move the artillery up. Excellent. That looks like a good spot for them. And we'll move all the recruits up so they can take positions. Go ahead and move the elite units up as well. Sort of mirror the movements of the recruits. If we get the right positions, the recruits should do an excellent job as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Let's go ahead and put them in here. Set them up here. Try to give them as much cover as I can. I really want them something like that. It's a little bit further ahead though. Maybe we can do something like that so that we're kind of more in line with each other. I think that would be good. I don't want the enemy to get the buildings for their own cover. That would be detrimental to our ability to combat them. So let's go ahead and make our line like so. And we are going to organize our infantry behind them in a supporting manner. We're going to be relying very, very heavily on the cavalry to remove the artillery threat of the enemy. Because that we really cannot get hammered by that much artillery. That would be very devastating to our troops. There's their cavalry. We gotta get ready to take them out. Alright, they are charging our guys. That could be a little rough for our provincials. Charge. Come on, boys. Finish him off. Take him out. Alright. Provincials have retreated, but the Bayreuth Dragoons and the Cuirassiers are going to win the day. Yeah. Excellent. Did we remove bayonets from everyone? Hopefully. Alright. We did. Excellent. That's good news. Alright. Did I neglect the general? I neglected the general. Alright, let's move the general back up. Actually, we needed to get him up here to our cavalry. Alright. Send the men up here. We need to take out the artillery as quickly as possible. Wow, those recruits are not having a fun time with that. They are not enjoying that at all. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Gonna kind of fold the flank here, and then we're gonna offer them assistance here. Alright, we're gonna pull the recruits back. And we are going to send the musketeers up. Swap them in and out a little bit there. I don't like how tired the cavalry is, but we'll have to make it work somehow. Wow. Our Cantonist recruits have horrible morale. I don't think the provincials are coming back, so may as well send the general back over here. Unfortunately. Those musketeers are coming for us. What's their melee? 35-44? What's the melee for the Tartars? 63-38. Okay, not great. Alright, continue taking out the artillery, guys. Come on. Alright, keep working on it. The recruits have fallen back. Musketeers are now in battle. Excellent. Bayreuth Dragoons are taking care of the enemy artillery, just like I wanted. Cuirassiers are going to charge their cavalry. Hopefully they can overcome them. They are tired, though. Yikes. Okay, that was painful, but they got it. Alright, we're managing that fairly well. Excellent. We got the general over here now, so that's good news. Moving the infantry back over. Alright, one of the provincial cavalry's returned to the battle. Alright, hit the land millets, that's good. Gonna give him the cold steel. Move the recruits up here. Alright, they're giving us the cold steel as well. So we will return the favor. Alright, General, we need you over here, stat. Excellent. Got some recruits returning to the battle. Cantonist recruits have retreated after getting charged. Sending in the Bayreuth Dragoons. Definitely a little bit more painful of a battle for us. Their musketeers there are holding that line. Yikes. Alright. See what we can do here. Gotta watch the enemy cavalry that's approaching as well. Cuirassiers gotta be ready for another fight. Alright, stop running, boys. Don't want you to run. Provincials are struggling a little bit with the land millets. Pull them back so they don't get hit by the enemy cavalry. Hoping the Bayreuth Dragoons will get up there in time to reinforce their fellows. But we'll have to see about that. Reform the line. Some sort of line anyway. Move on the double quick, boys. Ouch, taking some fire. Alright, we got the charge off, and the provincials are going to try to help them. Excellent. Alright, pull the cavalry back. Yikes. Alright. Recruits are trying to take shots at us, as are the land millets. Continue moving the cavalry back. Alright, we'll form up the line again here. Set up the recruits in formation. Get our musketeers behind the line again. Alright, send these recruits here to the flank. And prepare for the return of the enemy. Looks like their elite musketeers are returning to the battle. That's the opposite of what we want. So we will have to send these guys up here to deal with that problem. Alright. I do not want the... Ooh, ouch. Beirut Dragoons just took a volley. It's not great. Alright, we're going to set up the line there. And there. Alright, set up these recruits on this flank. Excellent. Okay. It's a good little position there for our troops. Pull the cavalry back behind the lines. Shift the line a little bit so that we can fit more of our units in here. I want more firing going on against them, not less. So we're going to bring our line up here as well. Just to be sure, we're going to be able to use our numerical advantage. Alright, that was good. That routed them real quick. Alright. We've got them surrounded too, so they're about to be turned to paste. Get those provincials mowing them down for as long as they can. It's not going to last too long because these recruits are about to be blown away. And even their elite musketeers there on the left flank are about to be run off. They're completely surrounded. One more volley, I think. Maybe two. Alright. There we go. So we got a victory. That was a hard-fought battle, but we got it. The recruits struggled somewhat, but we managed to pull the victory out of that. We are going to have to do conscription here. 2980 lost. 3155, that's really good. Hopefully the doctrine is good. Recruitment cost is down, we don't really need that. Resource cost, that's good. Enemy move speed isn't too bad either. Equal the resource costs, because I think even with the enemy speed going down for the headquarters, they're still going to catch us. I don't see us getting away from them, unfortunately. I'm just glad we completed our objectives in time. That was pretty close. 35, 36, let's do that. Gun picks, they have Bibles, they have the icons, we'll give them Bibles as well. There we go. Excellent. Bibles to them also. Awesome. And we'll hold on to this piece for now as well. Very good. Okay. Von Kalden. Alright, let's see what you got. Morale officer death chance. Nah, reroll that. Flanking damage. Flanking damage received, though. That could be very good for cavalry. Flanking damage, that's excellent. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's awesome. 1, 3, he's got 4. Is that enough? Nope, not enough. We want the Hussaren. So not quite enough for what we want. 3 and 4, nope. He's got 5, he's almost there. We need 6 for him as well. Alright, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I believe we already took all the food from Bukeberg. We could try to reach the encampment. We could still try to get up there, but I don't think we're going to make it there in time. Day 174, the HQ comes after us. And we're on 173 already. We can try. And 174. Enemy headquarters in pursuit. General, our scouts report the enemy headquarters mustered its full army and is marching to engage us. Columns move on the main road with advanced guards out. Expect contact within days. We cannot outrun them. We must face them. Alright. Let's see if we can actually do it. We might... Ooh, hey, look at that. We might actually do it. That's awesome. Look at that. We made it to the encampment army. That's good. The downside is, because we were in forced march, we're still hurt, including our cuirassiers. Saxon Chevalier, Saxon Tatar cavalry. Our other 3 cavalry have to do the brunt of that combat, but I believe we can win this. They got Saxon Rockau Fusiliers. The biggest downside is they are a defensive army. So with their artillery, they plan to pound us to dust as they sit there in a defensive position. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another oblique. We're going to just throw everything at one side and see if we can roll them up. When they have 1 artillery, so that's not going to do us a lot of good in this battle. I'm going to call it here, you guys. This has been a very interesting Act 1. We're going to even try to get the other encampment army. And we're going to have to keep getting reservists and such to keep replenishing our forces. It's going to be a tough end to Act 1. Like I said, we're going to call it here. Thank you all for joining me. God bless.